Hi, and welcome to DevSpaces. My name is Stephen Barr, and I'm Chief Evangelist for DevGraph. I wanted to take a few seconds here and show you how to get started with DevSpaces. The easiest way to get started is to go to try.devspaces.com. Now, the first time you do, you'll have to authenticate with GitHub, but once that's done, you'll be brought to this screen, and it'll give you this instruction. Prefix any Git repository URL with this eyk.devspaces.com/pound, and then it will launch a DevSpace for you. So let's see how that works. We'll go to this Git repository with a simple Ruby on Rails application called RubyQuiz. And we see in here there's a .gitpod.yaml file. And this has instructions for what to do with the DevSpace once it's started. Now in this case, the instructions are to install the dependencies and get the test database started, and then the command is to run Rails server. And that starts the Ruby on Rails web server where we can see our application. So let's do that prefixing that we got. There we go. We're adding that to the URL. Hit enter. And now what it's doing is it's telling DevSpaces is getting some resources from a running x86 cluster. It has that fresh DevSpaces OS on it, installing the DevSpaces runtime, cloning the repository, and then it'll go through those initialization tasks that were defined in your gitpod.yaml file. So that means installing all the dependencies. And what's great is that since this is hosted in AWS, the internet connection to get all those dependencies is fast. So this step will happen really quickly. Plus, once you do your environment, it'll be cached for future use. So it's downloading your dependencies. We'll give this a few seconds, then it will populate the test database, and finally we'll be in our application. Now, as we're waiting, we can see that it looks like this is web-based VS Code. We have our code right here. We have our app. This is where the visualization of our app is stored. We'll make a change to that in a minute. Okay, it's running the database migration right here, and it should open up. It should start Rails server and give us a preview of our application. Okay, there it is. The New Year Trivia Challenge. Are you a trivia expert? So now, just to do a quick change, we can change the menu. Instead of "Are you a trivia expert?" we can say, "Are you the next Ken Jennings?" Okay, now we can restart Rails server. Some applications have live preview, some don't. In this case, we'll restart Rails server. It'll detect that change, restart on port 3000, and there we go. There's our change. Are you the next Ken Jennings? So you see how quick and how easy it was. This was all real time. How to start a fresh, clean development environment, download all the dependencies, totally isolated from your system, and then you can make changes in the web-based IDE, and you've got all the power of Git right there at your fingertips to commit your code, to review pull requests, to do anything you'd normally do. So thanks for giving DevSpaces a try, and please reach out if you have any questions.